Good on everybody. Today is November 19, 2025. Today our lecture is Visuddhi Mega Part of Purification, Panyani Desa about the Wisdom, Part 18. Before starting the lecture, we pay respect to the Buddha, saying Namo Tassa in 3 times, please. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Thank you very much for your watching. So today we continue learning about the Sankhara Khanda and the formation aggregate like this. Vitaka Vichara Pitisu. Vitaka initial obligation, Vichara substance obligation, Piti happiness. So in those three manifestos, three manifesta is including in the Sankhara Khanda, Manda formation aggregate. Here, Yang Vatava. Yang Vatava is some kind of explaining Siya happen. Tang the explanation, Tang Saban, the all explanation is how we Kasina Nidisi. But Kasina Nidisa is we already learned this kind of At Kasina, Batoy Kasina. At Kasina is in this, when we learn about the concentration, Samadhi. So at that time, already explained about the Vitaka, initial obligation, Vichara, sustain obligation, and Piti, happiness. Because of these three manifestos, another name is jhana fetters, isn't it? Jhana fetter. So that's why talking about the Bhattacharya explanation, we are already explained these three manifestos. So that's why. Right now, no need to explain again. So that's why in Bali say like the Bhattacharya and it is say Patama Jhana Vinyana Vinyanayam. Patame Jhana Vanananayam. Sorry, Vanana. Patame Jhana Vanananayam. Patame Jhana is the first jhana. First jhana Vanana is explaining. Today explaining. Hudamewa already explained. So that's why right now no need to explain again. So Pali is referred to the Bhattacharya Sinanidisa Patame Jhana explaining. If you not remember, you search in that session and read it again. So refer. Pali just refer to that session. So that's why in here, Pali English translation is what should be said what should be explained about the applying thought, sustained thought, and happiness. These three manifestos has already been explained in the commentary on the first jhana in the description of the Atkasina. So that's why here no explaining again. Okay, so go to the next one. The next one is Virya. Virya here explained as Vira Bhava. Virya. Virya is effort. In English translation, Virya is effort. But effort meaning is just the English translation like this. But Pali is more detailed because of Virya Bhava. Trying to explain Virya is Vira Bhava, sorry. Vira. Vira is the person who are very brave. That person we call Vira. Very brave person. So the person who has a lot of the effort, that person is so brave. That's why here Vira Bhava. Vira, the person who are very brave, happening, Bhava is happening like this. So this is we call Virya. Virya is a very, very brave, whatever, any kind of the very big, very big thing happen, very something happening, but no, that kind of things. Just Virya is a lot of Virya, so try to be achieve something. So that's why here Bali say Vira Bhava, Virya. So Virya effort meaning is the person who are very brave, that person happening is Virya. Bali explain it like this. So Dan is that Virya is Osahana Lakkhana. Osahana. Osahana is make effort. Lakkhana is a characteristic. So the characteristic of Virya is make effort. Very bravely make effort. Whatever happen, any kind of thing happen, don't think about it. Just try again and again until it's successful. This kind of thing is Usana is yeah. So the Virya characteristic is Usahana. Too much effort. Sahajada is the associate, the manifesta, cognisant manifesta, the other manifesta, working together with the Virya. Uttambana rasa. Rasa is a function. The function of Virya is Uttambana. Upattamana, sorry. Upattamana meaning is supporting. So Vidya make a function. That function is supporting to the other cognition manifestors, the other manifestor supporting. For example, the samadhi, if the Vidya is together, working together with the samadhi at the time, Vidya is supporting the samadhi to be to make a focus very strongly. So that meaning, yeah, upattamana is very supporting function. And then asansidana bhava pichupatana. Pichupatana is manifestation. So manifestation of the vidya is lazy. Asansidana means not lazy. Bhava is happening. The vidya is not lazy happening in the meditative mind, understanding like this. So that's why Pichupatthana manifestation for the vidya is asansidana bhava. The person is alert, never lazy, always alert for to do something, to make achievement. So the meaning here, asansidana bhava. And then Samvigo yoniso padaditi vachanado. Samvega patatana. So Samvigo is, the Samvega is very the fear, but fear is make a with the wisdom, not with the anger, not with the dosa. So here Samvigo meaning is the person who are very fearful. The person fearful meaning is with the wisdom. Fearful meaning is fearful. The person very fearful to be reborn again and again in the realm of rebirth, samsara. That kind of fearful is we call here samviko. Bali. That's why Bali is saying samvika. Yoniso is wisely, but Dahadi meaning is make effort. Widely made efforts how to, how to be free from, how to make it free from the samsara, like this, for example. So that kind of the person fearful is we call fearful wisdom, not just fear. Okay. Chanado explain it like this, that reason, Samvega cause for the vidya. To arise a vidya, to arise the effort means here right effort. To arise the right effort, what is the proximate cause? Here, Samvega. Samvega is a proximate cause to arise right effort. Without Samvega, that person no effort to do wholesome, to practice meditation, etc., etc. Never. So Samvega, that's why we translate Samvega here is sense or urgency, urgently, want to do urgently because of the knowing or samsara is very dangerous, reborn again and again, huh? Or again and again, and dying again, dead again and again. So that happening in samsara again and again, many life, born and old and dead. That nature is need to be free from urgently to do. So the person who are fearful like this, that person is urgently make effort, isn't it, to do kusala, to practice meditation, etc., etc. Yeah, without samvega, without such kind of urgency, nobody make effort to do wholesome, to practice meditation anyway. So that's why here, samvega badatthana. The proximate cause for the vidya effort is samvega, sense of urgency. Okay, and then Vidyaramba Vuttu Bharatana. Why is there another way? Another explaining is proximate cause for the Vidya is Vidyaramba Vuttu. Vidyaramba Vuttu. Here Vuttu meaning is the foundation or base or ground. We can translate the Pali. Vuttu is. Vidyaramba is effort. So the meaning is to arise the effort, the foundation. There are 8 kind of foundation to arise the vidya, you know. So these 8 kind of foundation here is explained in the Uttu, Vidya Ramba Uttu. So 8 kind of foundation is born, jati, chara, marana, like this. And then searching for the food, jati also the very dangerous, reborn, no end. That is the foundation to make a vidya to free from that situation. So that meaning. Okay, so vidya ramba vuttu is the ground for the effort, a kind of fetters to make effort. And samma aradhan. Samma is rightly, arada is the make effort. Sabba sampattina. Sabba sampatti is all kind of attainment. Sampatti is attainment, all kind of attainment. Sabba sampattina. All kind of attainment meaning is, Manosa sampatti, Deva sampatti, the various kind. Manosa sampatti is a human being attainment. Deva Sampatti is the celestial being attainment, and then Jhana Sampatti, Magga Sampatti, like this, etc., etc. So all kind of attainment. Mula, Mula is a root. So the rightly effort is the root for all kind of attainment. The meaning. Sabha Sampadina Mulang, Hoti happen, it is like this. Viridaban should be, Databan should be known. So that's why in the Virya is very important feathers. When the Buddha is explaining the Masatipatthana Sutta as well. Masatipatthana Sutta. Atapi, in different word Buddha use. Atapi in the Masatipatthana Sutta. Atapi, Samajjano, Satima. So three feathers Buddha mentioned. Atapi is a Virya, right effort. Sama Arata, right effort. Without right effort, we cannot make the kind of practice of meditation to be successful. So that's why we need. So Adabi, Samajjano, Satima, and the Masatipatthana Sutta Buddha mentioned. Not only practice meditation, but also in our daily life. Yeah, when you learn something, if you want to be successful, you need virya. You need effort. If you don't have a right effort, you cannot be learn anything. Anything. So that's why in the all attainment is depend on the how you put the right effort. If you put the right effort, it's possible to get all kind of achievement, all kind of attainment easily. Without effort, without right effort, not wrong effort, without right effort, it's not possible to achieve any kind of achievement, any kind of achievement. That's why vidya is a very important. So like this, you have to understand. So the Pali English translation is energy. Vidya is a state of one who is vigorous. Vigorous is very brave. So its characteristic is marshalling, driving. Its function is to consolidate conditioned state. It is manifested as a non-collapse because of the word destroyer. He strive wildly. Its proximate cause is a sense of urgency, or its proximate cause is a ground for the initiation of energy. So English translation like this. Initially also Virya Ramba Uttu. They translate ground for the initiating of the energy. So the energy is very important to achievement any kind of what you want to do. And the one rightly initiated, it should be regarded as a root of all achievement. That's why Buddha explained in that way. Okay. And then we go to the next one. The next one is Jivanti Tena. Sayanwa Jivati. Jivana Mattamewa wa Dani Jividan. Jivita. So another manifesta is Jivitendriya. So explaining Jivitendriya right now. So Jivita is the first explained. Indriya is the later. So Jivitendriya is the Jivita plus Indriya together. Jivitendriya. We learn in the Abhidhamma. Jivitendriya is a mental life faculty. You know. So here trying to explain the Jivita meaning is what is this? Jivita is a translate life, but life is here not that clearly understanding. So what is life? Huh? So here the Pali more detail explaining Jivanti Tena. Tena is with that life. Tena with that life, Jivanti. Jivanti is the associated manifestors stay alive. Associated manifestors and many other manifestors, other 51 manifestors. Good manifestors, bad manifestors, kusala or agusala, whatever. Any kind of manifestors which are associated with the jivita. So that jivita, that life is, because of that life, those 51 kind of manifestors, jivanti, stay alive. Without life, the manifesta, the other 51 manifesta cannot stay alive. So like this. So Pali explained, jivanti tena. Tena means with that jiva is the life faculty manifestos. Jivanti means stay alive. Stay alive is who are stay alive. The other 51 manifestos stay alive because of the Jivita. So Pali explained like the Jivanti Tena. And then Sayanwa Jivati. Wa, the other way is Sayang. Sayang is Ipset. Jiva Ipset. The life Ipset, Jivati. Stay alive. So like this. So in Abhidhamma, Buddha explained with the example is the boat. Boat and the person who ride the boat. So boat is bring the person who riding the boat to carry one from one shore to another shore. Not only the person, but also the boat itself, bring the boat, not to sink down in the water. So Buddha explained with the example like this in different sutta. So that's why Jivita manifesta is working in two ways. Stay alive himself, Ipset, and also the other 51 manifestas make stay alive because of Jivita, because of Jiva. You have to understand like this. That's why Pali saying Sayan wa Jivati. Sayan is Ipset, Jivita Ipset, Jivati stay alive. So he make himself to be stay alive, and he make the other 51 manifestos to make a stay alive. That meaning here. Okay. And then Jivana Matta Mewa Wa is the other way. The other way is Tandi Tan Iti. Tan meaning the uh, the kind of living is Jivana Matta Mewa, just stay alive. Jivana Matta Mewa is Matta Mewa is Matta is just, Ewa is only. Just only Jivana is stay alive. Yeah. So the meaning is, the life is just staying alive. The meaning is here we call it therefore Jivandi we call Jiva. Jividandi, sorry. Jividan is we call Jivida. Jividan. That's why we call Jivida. So Jivida meaning is just living, just stay alive. Sorry, just stay alive only. And another way is just stay alive. The other 51 manifest because of Jivida, and then Jivida is said stay alive. That's why that manifest is we call Jivida. So mental life, not physical life. Okay. So in the Abhidhamma, there's a two kind of life: mental life and physical life. So Rupa Jivita and Nama Jivita. Here explaining is a Nama Jivita, not Rupa Jivita. Okay. And then Lakhanadini Panasa. Panasa is a Pana Asa. Okay. Pana continuously explaining Lakhanadini. Asa is for the Jivitendriya mental faculty. Lakhanadini, Lakhana, etc., etc. Rupa Jivite. Rupa Jivita is the physical life. In the physical life, Huda Nayine were already explained. Way. Nayina is Huda is already explained. Naya is a method. Already explaining method only. Viridavani should be no. Viridavani should be no. So here no need explain. Lakhana characteristic of the mental life is no need here because the similar like Rupa Jivita already explained in the previous session. So refer to the previous session like this. And then Danhi is a Danhi. He, the special thing is little bit different physical Jivita and mental Jivita here explaining. Then that physical Jivita is Rupa Dhammana. Rupa Dhamma is Rupa is a material Dhamma. For the material Dhamma, Rupa Dhammana Jivita life. So material Dhamma life, material Dhamma is we learn in Abhidhamma is there are 28 kind of material. So 27 kind of material life is Rupa Jivita. Yeah. Here explaining. Huh? 27 kind of material life is Rupa Jivita. But here explaining Nama Jivita is Idam. Here, Idam means here explaining the Nama Jivita, Jivita Indriya manifest is Arubadhamana. Arubadhamanandi, Arubadhamana iti. So Arubadhamana is for immaterial Dhamma. For immaterial Dhamma, life is Nama Jivita. Yeah. So different is like this. Huh? Yeah. The other are very similar, but the different is like this. Rupa Jivita is for material. Rupa Jivitendriya Mandafeda is for Nama, Dhamma, Arupa Dhamma. So idam me vata idam ita. Ita in that Rupa Jivita and Nama Jivita Nana Karanang, the difference is idam, this one. The difference is just like this. Huh? So Bali explain. So the English translation here is but it means the life, or is except life, or it is a just only living. That's we call that Dharma is life faculty, Rupa Jivitindriya. But its characteristics, etc., should be understood in the way already mentioned under the material life, Rupa Jivitendriya. For that is a life of the material things. And then this one is life of the immaterial things. So this is the only difference between the Nama Jivitendriya and Rupa Jivitendriya here. Okay? So finish right now the Jivitendriya. And then we go to the next one is the Samadhi. Samadhi is explaining here. Aramane Chetan Samang Adiyadi. Samadhi. So trying to explain the Samadhi here in Pali like this. Aramane Chetan Sama Adiyadi Samadhi. Aramane in the object. Harmony in the object, Chittang, mind or consciousness, Saman, Saman is a rightly, Adiyati, put or focus. Rightly put or rightly focus, the mind is in the object. Who put Samadhi? Samadhi put the mind in the object rightly. That's what we call that Dharma is we call Samadhi. So Bali explain like this. Aramane Chetan Samang Adiyati Samadhi. So the Samadhi is put the mind in the object. Yeah. Rightly. That's why when you practice meditation, Samadhi is arising at the time, your mind is just working with the one kind of object, meditation object, isn't it? Not running to the other different object, just one meditation object. Like this. Huh? So that's why we translate this one is focus or rightly put the mind in the object is we call samadhi concentration. Samawa adiyati. Wa the other way. The other way explanation for the samadhi concentration is sama adiyati. Sama here is sama is not rightly. Huh? Here sama is the well, very well, very well. Sama very well. Adiyati put. That's why we call samadhi. So the samadhi is put the mind in the object very well. That meaning is samadhi. So samadhi meaning, concentration meaning is like this. Your mind is, rightly put in the object. So at that time, you have a concentration. The meaning here, Pali explaining, but Buddha explaining the nature of the samadhi. And then another way, samadhamman, samadhana matta mewa wa edan chitta sadi. Samadhi. Edan, the samadhi, the concentration is chittasa. Chittasa is for the mind, chittasa. Samadhana. Matta mewa. Matta is just, ewa is only. Matta mewa is mattang ewa. So just only. Samadhana is very well and rightly put. Where rightly and well put in the object. That nature, that Dharma is we call samadhi. So samadhi concentration is if you can your mind put in the object very well or rightly, this is a samadhi. The meaning. Okay. So Pali explained like this, the meaning of samadhi is like this, and so that samadhi is avisarana, avisara lakkhana. Lakkhana is a characteristic. The characteristic of the samadhi concentration is avisara. Is a not. Visara is wandering, not wandering. Yeah, if you have a concentration, you easily know. I have a concentration power because there's a no wandering at the time. If you have a wandering, you have no concentration, no samadhi at the time. Okay, and then awekebana lakanoa. The other way explanation, the characteristic of the concentration samadhi is awekebana. Avikipana, avisarana is very similarly. Avisarana is not wandering. Avikipana is not throw to the different object. I say not. Vikipana is throwing away to the different object. This is a characteristic of samadhi concentration. If you have a concentration, your manifestors, all manifestors working on the focus on the one object, not only mind, but also manifestor is still on the one object, like this. So avisara or avikebana, avikeba is similar. And then sahajadana, sambindana so. Sahajadana, the condition other manifestors, working when the concentration samadhi is working with the other manifestors, for example, like with the wisdom or something like this. Yeah, at that time, sambindana raso, the function of the samadhi is sambindana. Sambindana is, the sambindana is the sambindana is well, sun is well, bindana is like a solid, make a solid, make a as a one thing. But actually, many manifest working together at the time. Concentration is very strong at the time. Concentration make as one thing. All manifestors like a one thing. Sampindana means the meaning. Collect. Collect or gather as a one. So here, the example the Buddha gave to understand Sampindana is what is this? And a little bit difficult to understand Sampindana Pali was, so that's why to clearly understanding, to make a clear understanding, Buddha gave the example, na niya chunang udakan wiya. This is an example. This is the simile. This is a example to understand the concentration function. Naniya tuna is the shower. Tuna is the powder. The powder for the showering. Udakan is like a water. So water is make a one. Many powder of the shower powder, make a one to collect, combine each other like this. So concentration function is like this. When the concentration working with the other many manifestors, those manifestors are work as a one together, collect as a one, together as a one, like a showering powder. When you make a mix with the water make as a one. Not many particle. So samadhi concentration is what function is like this. All manifestors, one working with the concentration at the time, all manifestor is like as a one, working together collectively. And upasama pichupatano. Upasama. Upasama pichupatano. Upasama is very calm, a peace. Calm or peace is pichupatano is manifestation. Manifestation of for the concentration is peace. Yeah. If you have a concentration, yeah, your mind automatically calm and peaceful at the time. So that's why when you practice meditation, if you don't have the concentration, your body and mind is not peaceful and not calm. That person body also shaking, and that person mind also shaking. No, not peaceful, not calm. Okay, and then we say sado sukha padatano. So padatana proximate cause is sukha. So proximate cause for the concentration. The proximate cause for the concentration is a sukha, happiness. If you don't have a sukha bliss, if you don't have a bliss sukha, you cannot get the concentration. Yeah, the meaning. So that's why the we say sado, especially we say sado is in generally the bliss is very close cause for the concentration. Very close cause. Okay. And niwade, or example here, Buddha explained niwade dipichi nang titi viya. Niwade means niwada is in the very no windy place. Vada is a wind, isn't it? Ni is a no. So the meaning niwade means in the no windy place. So at that place is there's a no wind is not blowing. So in the no windy place, niwade, dipichina. Dipa is the light, the flame or light, flame or lamp. Dipichina. The flame or light in the no wind place, very no shaking, isn't it? Titiviya is standing very, no shaking and very quiet and silent, and then that flame is happening like this. So the example in Laviya is like this. Chittaso, Titi. Chittaso is for the mind. Titi is standing, very quiet, not shaking. Tatabo should be no. So the Pali English translation is, it put the adiyadi is a put consciousness evenly summon on the object, or is put rightly sama on its object. So it is just only collecting samadhana of the mind. That is a concentration we call in Pali samadhi. So its characteristic is a non-wandering, and its characteristic is no distraction. Its function is to conglomerate connection stages, or as for example, is a water does a bad powder as a one. So it is a manifest as a peace or calm. Usually its proximate cause is a bliss. So it should be regarded as a steadiness of the mind, like a steadiness of the lamp flame when there is no wind. Okay. And then we go to the other one. Manifest is Saddha. Another one is a Saddha. Saddha, Saddha Hanti Edaya. Edaya with that Dhamma, with that Dhamma meaning here is the Saddha, Dhamma. Saddhahandi is a belief or faith. So the associated manifestors, all other associated manifestors, they have a faith, they have a confidence because of the Saddha. So that's why that Dhamma, that nature is we call Saddha in Pali. Okay, and then another way is Sayanwa Saddhati. Wa, the other way is Sayam, the Saddha Ipset. Sayam is Ipset. So Saddha Ipset, Saddhati. Faith or have a faith or confidence. And then another way. Saddhana Mattamewa wa Esati. Saddha. Esati is Esa Iti. Esa, that Saddha is, that Dhamma is, Saddhana Mattamewa, just only confident of faith. This is we call Saddha. So Bali is explaining, another way meaning is many did kind, because of the nature of the Saddha is said have a confidence or faith. Saddha make confidence or faith the other manifesta as well. So why we call Saddha? Because Saddha is just confident of faith, just only confident of faith. That nature is we call Saddha. That's why. So the meaning is Saddha is not soul, Saddha is not person, Saddha is not animal, Saddha is not man, not woman, not human being, not celestial being, not any living being. Saddha is just confident, just faith. This is we call Saddha. So Saddha is not passing. The meaning Saddha is a natural phenomenon. That's why in that method, just Saddhahana Matta Mewa, Pali saying like this. Huh? Saddhahana Matta Mewa, Pali saying like this. That meaning is very deep meaning. That meaning is then that natural phenomenon is just confidence, just faith. Just confidence, just faith meaning is no person, not person, no soul, no atta. That meaning. Huh? Because many people, I have that kind of confidence, I have that kind of faith. The other person don't have that kind of faith or confidence like me. So a lot of mana conceit they make because they think Sada is mine. Sada is my properties. Things like this is wrong way. So Buddha don't want to make that kind of wrong way. That's why Sada is what? Sada is just confident. Sadahana madamewa. Just confident. Just faith is Sada we call. No person, no personal properties, no soul. Sada is just confident, just the faith. This is a natural phenomenon. So very important. That's why all Paramattha Dhamma explain Buddha like this all the time. Very important. Without that view, the Sada is mine. My Sada is better. Mostly the person, they think like this. My Sada is better than the other. My Sada is the best. Because the view is Sada is mine. Huh? But actually Sada is not your property, not yours. Sada is just confident and faith. Natural phenomena, not yours. So to point out like this, Buddha explained in 3 ways like this. Okay? Very important. And then that Sada is what kind of characteristic? Sadhana Lakkhana. Sadhana Lakkhana, the characteristic of the confidence and or faith. So confidence or faith, or what confidence? What kind of confidence? Confident in the Buddha, confident in the Dharma, confident in the Sangha, and then confident in the cause and result theory, Kammaphala. Cause and result theory, confident, we call Sada. Not just faith is Sada. Because in faith in the wrong things, this is not really faith what the Buddha explained here. That's why Sadhana Lakkhana is faith or confidence in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and the theory of cause and result. Kamma Vipaka. If you confident, if you faith in those things, we call Saddha. Okay? And then Akappana Lakkhana. Wa the other way. The other way is Okappana. Okapana lakana. Okapana meaning is not just confident is not just faith, not just confident. That is like Okapana is you make investigate with the wisdom. So that faith, that confidence, that faith is with the wisdom, not just only faith. Hmm. That confidence level is we call okapana. Hmm. So sada is a various kind of sada, okapana sada, pasara sada. Just confidence is we call pasara sada. But okapana sada is a more higher level, little bit with the reasonable, with the reason, with the analytical way, something you investigate and you believe or you confident. That kind of confident level, the sada level is what we call okapana sada. More higher level is adhigama sada, agama sada. Yeah, adhigama sada is the one you attain the mega and pala. At that time, your sada is very strong. Nobody destroy. That sada we call adhigama sada. Agama sada is for the bodhisatta. Bodhisatta sada is we call agama sada. So like this, sada is so many different kind you have to understand. So here Pali is okapana, lakana means okapana sada. That sada, that confident, that confident is with the investigating and analytical way. You believe in something, not blind faith. We say right now the saying blind faith. Blind faith is a no investigation, no, wisdom. Just just believe. This kind of faith is we call blind faith. Without wisdom, that faith is we call blind faith. So here Sada is not that kind of faith, not that, not the blind faith. Okay, and then Pasarana rasa. Rasa is a function. The function of the Sada is a Pasarana, make clear, clarifying, make clear your mind. So if you have a Sada, your mind is so clear. Your mind so clear, your face also so clear at the time. And so that's why here, Pasarana Rasa, the function of Sada is make a clear the other mental fetters and mind. Yeah, the meaning. So here example, what the Buddha gave example is Udaka Basadaka Mani Viya. Mani is a jade. So the jade is the universal monarch jade, not all jade. The universal monarch, that kind of jade he has, universal monarch, Chakrawati, the king or the universal king has a kind of jade. That jade is can make a purify the water. Udaka Pasadaka is. Udaka is a water, Pasadaka is a make or purify. So that jade is the very muddy water. You put the jade in the water. Water is clear. We can clear like this. if you have a Sada, your mind and other mental feathers make clear. Like this. This is a Sada we call. And then another way. Pakandana Rasawa. While the other way is the function rasa, the function of the Sada is Pakandana. Pakandana is entering. Entering here is an example here. Ogodara, Ogodaranoia. Ogodaranoia. Ogodarana is the man who are able to cross the water. That water is very dangerous water, like a crocodile or something in the water. Nobody make across that kind of water. But very powerful man, very, very powerful man. He has no fear. He crossed that kind of water. Sada is like this. Sada function is like this. The other manifesta is a mind. Because of Sada, it's possible to cross the water who are like a cross the water who are very brave, without fear, like this. The Buddha is playing, yeah. So Sada is a very important feathers. That's why in Satindri, Viriyani, Satindri, Smartindri, so 5 kind of faculty is very important when you practice meditation. Without Sada, cannot enter very difficult practice or meditation or something like this. Yeah. So that's why everybody cannot successful the practice meditation because of not overcome the fear at the time. Something very difficult situation to practice meditation, they run away easily because of Sada is not working at the time. So, but the person who are very strong Sada, very, very strong Sada, that person never ever run away, enter any difficulty. So that's why the Buddha is playing like this. Pakandana rasawa ogodaranoya. And then Vipassanā manifestation is akalosya Vipassanā. The manifestation akalosya. Akalosya means not what we call is not daddy. I is a not. Kalosya is a daddy, not daddy. Not daddy or not foggy, like a foggy. So in early morning, there's a lot of fog. You cannot see it, isn't it? So if you in your mind there is a confident saddha, you see everything. What the true, the meaning that you see the true easily. But if you don't have a saddha, very difficult to see the true because a saddha is like a foggy, like a dirty things covering. So saddha is a manifestation of saddha is akalosya, no dirty things and no foggy things. Like this. And then ati moti pichupatanawa. Oh, why is another way? Why another way is ati moti pichupatana. Another way, the manifestation is a demoti. A demoti is, the decision, standing with the decision. So saddha is understanding and meditative mind like this. Very determined decision. Make a very determined decision. Timoti Pachupatana. And then Satya Uttu Badatana, or Badatana is a proximate cause or close cause. The close cause for the Saddha is Sadhya Uttu. Sadhya Uttu meaning is the Uttu is a kind of the things. Sadhya is a very confident things. In the confident thing meaning is in the Buddha, in the Dharma, in the Sangha, in the law, karma. Yeah, it's a Sadhya Uttu. Various kind of Sadhya Uttu is like this. So that person, the believe in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and then law, karma. Easily the Saddha is. That's why Sadhya Uttu Badatana. So Sadhya is confident. Uttu is things. So confident thing is Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and law, karma. And then Saddhamma Sawanadi Sotapattiyenga Patatanawa. Why is that the other way? The other way, proximate cause for the Saddha is Saddhamma Sawanadi. Saddhamma Sawana is listening, the Dharma talk, etc., etc. Sotapatti Yenga is the feathers to attain the Sotapatti Magga. The feather to attain the Sotapatti Magga. So that is we call Sotapatti Yenga. Okay. So listening Dhamma talk is very important, and to very important factors to attain the Sodavadimagga. So the kind of listening Dharma talk, etc., is a very close cause to arise Saddha, confidence. And then Buddha gave the example also here. Hatha what bijani viya. Hatha vita bijani viya. Hatha is hand. Vidi is a properties. Bija is a seed. So Saddha is like the three examples. Saddha is like your hand. Whatever you want to take, something you want to take, you need hand, isn't it? Without hand, how you take it? You cannot take it like this. If you don't have a Saddha, you cannot take a wholesome kusala. That's why Buddha say Saddha is like a hand. Without hand, that person cannot take anything like this. Without Saddha, that person cannot get wholesome kusala. And then Viti is the property. If the person who are very rich, the rich means that person has a lot of property, so that person can buy anything, whatever he wants. Million price, even though very high price, he can bought, he can buy it. He can buy it because he has a lot of property, isn't it? But the other person very poor, that person cannot buy that kind of things like this. If a person don't have a Saddha, that person cannot buy kusala, jhana, mega, phala, nibbana. The best thing cannot buy it. That's why Saddha is look like a Vita. Vita is a properties. If you have a money, property means, for example, if you have a money, you can buy anything if you want. If you don't have money, you cannot buy it like this. If you don't have a Saddha, you cannot get the kusala and jhana, mega, phala, nibbana, any kind. You cannot get it. And bija, yeah. Saddha is like a bija, seed. So if you have a seed, you plant that seed, and then that seed grow and then bear a lot of fruits, isn't it? Like this. If you have a Saddha, you can grow the Saddha and then you can get the fruit of the Dhamma, to kind of, jhana, mega, phala, and nibbana fruit you can get. So that's why the Saddha is look like a bija seed. Yeah. If you don't have seed, you cannot get various kind of fruit. Many fruit, you cannot get it. So the three example here, Databa should be understood. Hatha, Veda, Bija. Saddha is like three things. Okay, so the Pali English translation is by its mean they have a faith, Saddhadi, or it said is having the faith or confidence, or it is just the act of having faith or confidence. That it is we call faith or confidence, Saddha. And its characteristic is having a faith, or its characteristic is a trusting. Trusting is very important. And the trusting means a trust in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and law of karma. And its function is to clarify, like a water cleaning the can, or its function is to enter into the water, into the very difficult situation, like setting out across a flood. The flood is very dangerous flood, like this. And it is a manifested is non-forgiveness or non-deadiness, or it is a manifest as a resolution or make a strongly determination. Its approximate cause is something has to have a faith, or its approximate cause is the thing beginning with the hearing, the good dharma, sadhama, that constitutes a feathers for the Sri Anturi, Sodapati, Sodapanna. So it should be regarded as a hand, because it's the whole or the whole something as a wet or as a seed. The Buddha compared the Saddha and these three things. Okay. And then we go to the next one. The next one is and then the sati, mindfulness. Saranti daya. Oh. Daya with that mindfulness, or sataya is that natural phenomena. Daya is that with that natural phenomena. Sarandi, we remember. That's why we call sati. Sarandi, because of that phenomena we remember. That's why that phenomena is we call sati, mindfulness. And another way is sayangwa sarati. Wa, the other way is sayang. Sayang is ipset. The mindfulness ipset, sarati. Remember. So mindfulness make a remembrance. And then sarana mata mewa wa esadi, esa iti. Esa, that natural phenomena is sarana mata mewa, just only remember. Just only remembrance, that is we call sati, mindfulness. So I already told you, yeah, that one also, yeah. Mindfulness is just a natural phenomenon, not your own properties, not so. Just natural phenomena. That meaning. Sarana mata mewa. Sati. So mindfulness nature is like this. And sa, the mindfulness is apilapana lakkhana. The characteristic of mindfulness is apilapana. Apilapana is not not wobbling, not floating, not floating. But if you have a mindfulness, your mind is in sink down in the object, like a stone. If you throw into the water, the stone is a sink down, definitely, not floating, isn't it? Like this. If you have a mindfulness, your mind sinks down in the object water. Object is like water, you know. Your mind is like the stone, like this. That's why if you have a mindfulness, your mind is stay in the object, meditation object, sink down in the meditation object. Apilapana lakkhana. Okay? And then asamosa rasa. Is a not. Samosa is forgetting. Rasa is a function. The function of the mindfulness is no forgetting. If you forget something, you don't have mindfulness at the time. The more you have a lot of forget, the meaning is that you don't have a power of mindfulness. The meaning. And then arekha pachupatthana. Arekha. Pachupatthana is manifestation. Manifestation of the mindfulness is arekha. Arekha is a protect your mind. Arekha is a protection. So sati is like a protector for your mind. Sati make a protection your mind. Yeah. That's why we need sati all the time. So if you don't have a sati, you don't have a protection of your mind. Your mind is dangerous because of no protection. The meaning. So arakha pachu patana. When you watching the mindfulness in your meditation, when you watching your mindfulness, or I have mindfulness. If you watching mindfulness, you will see mindfulness is like a protection of your mind. You see that. Okay, and then we say bimukha bhava pichupatthana wa or pichupatthana wa is another way. Another way of explaining here, manifestation for the mindfulness is Visaya Bimukha Bhava. Visaya is Aramana. Visaya Aramana is saying. Many times I'm explain this one. Visaya and Aramana is saying. So Visaya Aramana Bimukha is to what? To what the object? Bhava is happening. Okay, so the meaning is that if you have a mindfulness, your mind is in the object all the time, the meditation object, toward the meditation object all the time, not go to the other different object, only toward the meditation object going. So they say you have a mindfulness at the time. But if you don't have that kind of, if you are not mindfulness, and then Tira Sanya Padatana. Oh. Tira Sanya Padatana. Padatana is the proximate cause. The proximate cause for the mindfulness is Tira is a strong. Sanya is a possession. The strong possession is proximate cause for the mindfulness. So sanya is at the time so strong working with the mindfulness at the time. That sanya is right sanya, not wrong sanya. I mean the bhavana sanya, not the other sanya. Thira sanya means the bhavana sanya we call the bhavana sanya. And then, another one. Kayadi satipatthana padathana wa the other way, the other way of the explaining the proximate cause padathana, proximate cause for the mindfulness is kayadi, kaya etc. Satipatthana. So for satipatthana, kaya, vedana, chitta, dhamma. Adi, etc. meaning. Kaya, Vena, Siddha, Chitta, Dhamma, these four meditation object is proximate cause for the mindfulness. So if you want the mindfulness, you need to practice your mind with these four objects. Kaya, Vedana, Chitta, Dhamma. So that meaning, okay? And Aramane is in the object. Danla. Patitata pana. Pana with the example explaining Aramane in the object. Danla is deeply. Danla deeply or strongly, yeah, it's okay. Tira danla is deeply, strongly. But they titata is put. So your mind is put very strongly in the object, meditation object at the time. So Buddha gave the example, Esikaviya. Esika is kind of the pole, yeah, very, very big pole at the entrance or gate or something like this. Yeah. Very big pole. Pillar. Yeah, like a pillar. Pillar is a very deep digging and put into the ground. So like this. Chakku dwara di. Chakku dwara di. Chakku dwara. I do, etc., ear do, nose do, tongue do, body do, mind do. Six kind of do, okay? So, chakku dwara di, I do, etc., rakana do is a protect. Do, rakana is a protect. Do is a because of protect the I do, etc. Dowariko viyacha. Another example. Another simile Buddha gave. Dowariko is the bodyguard at the gate. Like a bodyguard at the gate. Security guard at the gate. Yeah. That should be understood. So mindfulness is like this. Mindfulness is your bodyguard. Mindfulness is your protection. not to enter the robber. The robber is like a kilesa in the eye do, in the ear do, in the nose do, in the tongue do, in the body do, in the mind do, like this. Huh? Okay, so the Pali English translation is it means that they remember. So sarandi means remember. They mean is the associated other manifestors remember because of the mindfulness. So that's why that natural phenomena is we call sati, or it sati if said remember. That's why that natural phenomena is we call sati, mindfulness. Or that natural phenomena is just only remembering sarana, not your properties, not living being. That's why that natural phenomena is we call sati, mindfulness. So that is mindfulness, what we call in Pali sati. It has a characteristic not wobbling. Its function is not forget, not to forget. It is manifested as a guard or protection, or it is manifested as the state or the confronting and object free. Its proximate cause is strong possession, or its proximate cause is a foundation or the mindfulness concerned with the body, with the feeling, with the consciousness, and with the natural phenomena, dharma. So four kind of satipatthana, foundation or the mindfulness. So it should be regarded, however, as like a pillar because it's a firmly grounding or deeply grounded, or as like a doorkeeper or gatekeeper because it's guard the idol, etc., etc. That's why we call this is a mindfulness, sati. Okay, so we go to the next ones after sati. Another one is kaya, hiri, sorry. Sati, hiri, ottappa, yeah. So hiri. So hiri is, shame. So here, explaining more today, hiri is kaya duccharita dihi. Kaya duccharita, wrongdoing. So adi, etc., means vachi duccharita, wrong talking, manoduccharita, wrong thinking. So three kind. So kaya duccharita dihi, kaya duccharita, vachi duccharita, and manoduccharita. Hidiyati is shameful in those wrong doing, wrong talking, wrong thinking. Is we call hiri. So hiri also natural phenomena because of shame, shameful in the three kind of wrong things. Wrong doing, wrong talking, wrong thinking. Pali explained like this. And then lijaya edam. So the separate two words here. Lijaya plus edam. Okay. Edam, that natural phenomena is lijaya. Lijaya is shameful, shame, adivachana, name. The name of shame is that phenomena. hiri. Okay. Tehiyewa. Tehiyewa ottapatidi ottapan. Or another one is ottapa. After hiri, so another mother feather is ottapa. Tehiyewa. With those so ta is refer to the kaya duchrida, vaji duchrida, mano duchrida. Okay. So Yehiyewa means only in those round doing, round talking, round thinking. Ottapati is fearful. It is that's why that phenomena is we call ottapa. So ottapa is fear in the round doing, round talking, and round thinking. And then papado is from the evil. Papado obegasedan. Obegasedan is obegasa edan. Okay, obegasa plus edan. Edan, that natural phenomena is papado from the evil. Obegasa. Obega is fearful. Thinking as fearful means thinking as a danger. Yeah, a diwachana name. So that phenomenon name is like this. From the evil, fearful, fear and fearing. That's why we call hiri and ottapa. Tata is a refer to the hiri and ottapa, shame and fear in evil. Those two things, papado from the evil. Jigochana lakana. Hiri. So hiri, shame is jigochana lakana. Lakana is a characteristic of the discard. Jigochana. Jigochana is a discard. The characteristic of the discard. The hiri characteristic is a discard. And then Ottasana lakana ottapan. Ottapa is characteristic of ottapa is ottasana. Ottasana is the fearful, fear. Ottasana is fear. Lichakarena papanam akarana rasa hiri. Hiri, shame is Lichanakarena is because of the shame, pabanam, the evil, akarana is a non-make. Because of shame, non-make evil, that there is a hiri. And then ottapana karena, ottaka, sa. Ottasakarena. Ottasakarena is aspect of the fearing is ottapa. So ottapa is a fearing aspect of the fearing in evil. And then Votta Pakari Neva. Uddhapaka already explaining the Lichakara, Ottapakara, etc., already explaining. Papa do from the evil Sankochana Pachupatana. Ida. Ida is these two manifestos, Hiri and Ottappa, shame and fear is are manifestation is Sankosana. Sankosana is the hesitation to do unwholesome. And then atta karawa, para karawa, atta karawa, para karawa, padatana. Padatana is a proximate cause. The proximate cause for the Hiri and Ottappa is Hiri is atta karawa. Hiri is respect to himself or herself. That's why Hiri is arising. Paragarawa is a respect to the other. Respect to the other, that's why Ottappa is appear. Like this. So a little bit different. The proximate cause is a little bit different for Hiri and Ottappa. Hiri is the respect himself or herself. Atta-karawa. But Ottappa is respect to the other. Pra-karawa. Para is the other. So here the Buddha gave the example here. Attanam krong katwa. Attanam himself or herself. Krong katwa is a make a respect. Hiriya with the hiri. Papan the evil. Jahadi. Jahadi is reject. Like a kula watu wiya. The example. Kula watu. The kula is a family. Wadu is the care. Wiya is like a good family care. So good family care is because of him upset, she doesn't want to do evil, isn't it? So that's why because of shame, she doesn't do any kind of evil. The example Buddha gave. And then parang, the other, parang is the other, krong katwa, make a respect. Otabena with the Ottappa, Paban, the evil, Chahadi, reject. The example is Vesiya Viya. Vesi is kind of yeah. So image bana continuously explaining image to dwe, two, Dhamma, natural phenomena are Lokapaladi. Tatapa. Lokapala. Loka is a wall, Pala is a protect. Protection the wall. So Hiri Otapa is protection our wall, our society. It is like this, Tatapa should be known. Buddha explained like this. Yeah. If we don't have Hiri and Otapa, shame and fear and evil, our society is broken, destroyed. That's why. That's why Buddha explained Hiri Otapa is like a protection of the wall. Okay, so the Pali English translation here is it has a consciousness couple Hiriadi about the bodily misconduct, bodily misconduct, mentally misconduct, etc., etc. That is conscious Hiri. This is a term for modesty. Yeah, modesty is a hiri. It is a shame, the outer body of those same things. Same thing meaning is a bodily misconduct, bodily misconduct, and mentally misconduct. So thus is shame we call in Pali Ottappa. So this is a term for the anxiety about the evil. The anxiety meaning is don't want to do the evil because of shame, because of fear. So here in the conscience has a characteristic of discard at the evil, while shame has a characteristic of the dread of the evil. So the conscience has a function not doing evil, and that in the mood or the modesty, while the shame has a function of not doing the evil, and that in the mood of dread. So they are manifested as a shrinking from evil in the same way already explained. The approximate cause are self-respect and the respect to the other, respectively. A man reject evil through conscience out of the respect of half set, as a daughter of the good family does. This is an example what the Buddha gave for the Hiri. And the Oddabba is he reject evil through the shame out of the respect for the another person as a courtesan. Courtesan does like this. The Buddha gave the example for the Ottappa. And but these two stages, these two manifestors, Hiri and Ottappa, should be regarded as a guardian of the wall. So without those two manifestors, Hiri and Ottappa, our wall destroyed and broken, our society also broken. That's very important. That's why in the Lokapala, guardian of the wall, what the Buddha said. Okay, so I think today we stop here. Okay, so before stop the lecture, I wish we wish Buddha teaching lasts longer and longer in the universe. The more Buddha teaching lasts longer, the more we can get the benefit. So that's why Buddha Sasana Chiranti to do in 3 times, please. Buddha Sasana Chiranti to do. Buddha Sasana Chiranti to do. Buddha Sasana Chiranti to do. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idame punya asokaya wan hodu. Idame punya nibbanasa pachayo hodu. idame punya megaphala jnanassa paccaya hotu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much for your watching. See you next week. Have a good day. Bye-bye.